Right, so since I've been going through my clothes and finding the things that I think are beautiful and wonderful for petite women, I have also come across all of my shameful, terrible purchases that I've made over the years, and I thought it would be really fun to just go through all of these things, try to understand why it was at the time that I thought they were a good idea, why they were a mistake, face up to it, tot up a total, call it the total of shame as to how much money I've spent on these terrible purchases. Hopefully I will now finally sell these things and I can reduce that and then forgive myself and then release these bad decisions back into the universe. Right, so number one, brace myself for this one, is the pair of thigh-high boots that I bought, not knee-high, but thigh-high. I bought them in a department store with my mother. Looking back, she made surprisingly few comments or protests about this purchase. I think the motivation was that I had somehow got it into my head that my wardrobe wasn't sexy or edgy enough. And I had also seen multiple videos online of people in these boots and I thought, I've got to have these. That's what the cool thing is to have. I got a rush of FOMO and anxiety, and out of anxiety, I bought these boots. I think the fact that there's this much dust on the top of the box tells you everything that you need to know. Look at these absolute beauties. Massive heel. I am in no way creative enough in the way I dress to wear these in a way that would just not make me look like Julia Roberts from Pretty Woman. And then the way that you see loads of people wearing these, I haven't worn a short bodycon dress where it would leave a gap between the end of your dress and the top of the boot since about 2011, 2012. I'm gonna put these on. I think the main thing is that these might have worked if I was wearing a midi dress over the top like I'm wearing now, and then you wouldn't even be able to see that they were thigh highs anyway, and it would just be quite a useful warm item of clothing. But I just don't wear things that are this higher heel. I've talked about this in my video on the Mango court shoes. You would think that being a petite woman wearing a really high heel is going to make you look taller. The higher the better, right? But I think it just serves to highlight how short your leg is in proportion to this massive heel. So yeah, it's definitely a no on these massive thigh-high boots. Right, so for the total of shame, these are a grand total of 220 euros, which is £187. But given that these have never been worn outside and they are lovely boots for somebody else with a different figure and a different style, I will be trying to sell them. Okay, so coming in at number two are these Reformation skinny jeans. I can't remember what rise they're meant to be, but they aren't high-rise jeans on me, and they're also not the straight-legged boyfriend style jeans I've discovered look way better on me. I knew at this point, I knew that high-rise straight-legged non-skinny jeans that were way better on me, and I owned the pair of jeans I'd already spoken about on this channel, and yet I bought these. I think once again I saw a picture online and had a wave of anxiety, and I thought I too want to look like a busy talent agent juggling 3 phones wearing all black, and I can barely get these on, even more so these days when I've been doing a bit of weightlifting. So 2 levels of mistake. One, purchasing something which was not my style at all, and secondly, keeping something that didn't really fit at the time. I don't know if I was just too lazy to return it or if I thought that I would fit into it at another point, maybe had a bit more weight on me at that point. Good news is it has its tag on it, so I will be able to sell this quite well, hopefully. So I'm going to attempt to get these on. Okay, mission aborted. These will not even go up over my arse, so yeah, I can't even demonstrate why they're a bad purchase. So let's find out the total shame score. It looks to be £168. Dreadful. Okay, so moving on to number 3, which is the Cezanne boyfriend shirt that I bought. Here it is. I think you can see there's starting to be a running theme here. I was on the Cezanne website and I saw this woman wearing jeans, and a boxy boyfriend style oversized shirt and a lot of gold jewelry, and I thought, oh, that looks really cool and effortless, and everything that I own is always really dressed up and really figure hugging. I want to look kind of cool, kind of relaxed, just chilled, but completely forgetting that the reason that all of my clothes are slightly dressed up and figure hugging is because that's what suits my body type. So a shirt like this is made to be quite boxy, and it's the boyfriend fit. So it just hangs down straight and goes over your bum, and therefore it does the exact opposite of what high-rise bottoms do and a crop top does, and makes your legs look shorter and your body look longer. It also hides your waist, so it doesn't accentuate any of the femininity in your figure. And if you do tuck it into a high-rise bottom, it has that problem that I've highlighted in other videos where all of the bulk is on the top and the skinny part of the outfit's on the bottom, and that for some reason does just tend to make you look shorter. So however you cut it, not a good purchase. I do wear this when I'm just working from home with a pair of leggings because it's comfortable and it's relatively smart, so I have gotten good wear out of it. But for the price point, I could have got that same thing from somewhere like H&M and not cared or seen the difference. So terrible purchase, terrible purchase. I don't know if this is exactly it, but they call it the tomboy shirt, I think, and I think that's the same thing. So total shame score for a essentially casual round the house semi-pajama shirt, £85. Okay, next we're going to talk about this Reformation dress, which at least is closer to my style because it's feminine and figure hugging and classic, but again was bought in a fit of I don't have something in my wardrobe. I saw the picture of the woman in it online and I thought, I want to look that womanly and elegant, and I don't have anything that elegant in my wardrobe, so I bought this. I think this is a really useful dress for anyone who wants a lovely classy date night or dinner party, but I wore it once to a hen do and never again. Reasons for this. Number one, because this dress is bodycon, albeit classy bodycon, I only want to wear it in the times of my life where I'm feeling extremely confident, extremely in shape, not bloated in any way, and also not to something where you're going to eat loads. So straight off the bat, that limits the number of times I'm going to want to wear it. Second point is, and I hear a lot of people saying the opposite of this on YouTube, but I'm really not a fan of this ribbed fabric. I think that it quite quickly fades and quite quickly looks a bit cheaper than something that actually was relatively expensive was. I think it gives off a slight jumper dress vibe, and I think that can do better in terms of the material we're wearing. It feels a bit like a cheat or a shortcut. The mango dress that I was wearing at the beginning of this video was far cheaper, but was made from this sort of crepe material, which I think looks more expensive and is more forgiving. Somebody decided at some point that everything was going to be ribbed, and when you don't like ribbed fabric, that's slightly irritating. And then I think the main issue is the fact that I am desperately always pulling it up, because what I really wanted was a lovely V-necked dress, but this dress doesn't want to do that, and dresses will always do what they want to do and what they're made to do. It's to be like this. That's the point of the dress. And when you're like me and you've got relatively wide shoulders and you're quite petite, it's drawing all of the attention up here to your shoulders, and so I feel insecure in it. Like, I've got to have my bra strap down here, and also it's just not the best thing for my figure. I have multiple black dresses which are a V-neck, which is my favourite cut on me, so I'm obviously going to wear those over this. They do have something very similar called the Brody knit dress, which has a similar neckline, and that comes in at a cool £178, which does not sound that far off. I will check on my email once my actual phone is available to me, but yeah. But total shame score, the time being, £178. Right, so final item in this video is this Reformation top, and I feel like I'm picking on Reformation here a lot. I love Reformation so much. This is the result of my poor shopping choices, not of what Reformation sells. I think at the time I had figured out that a more cropped, but not completely cropped, a slightly shorter top with high-rise bottoms is what I needed to be going for, but I was only halfway there and I hadn't really figured out how to do it yet, and I hadn't really figured out the right tops to be wearing. So I bought this. I could be kind to myself and say I was just exploring, but also I think, again, there was a bit of anxiety, like, oh, this is what I need to be wearing, so I've got to buy something straight away, even if I'm not sure about it. Again, I'm just not a fan of this ribbed fabric. I think for the price point, it just doesn't look expensive enough. I've worn this maybe once or twice, and it's ever so slightly faded already, which I don't think is great for an expensive item. But I think more than anything, the point is I've once again got something which is made to create structure and breadth across your shoulders, and on me I just feel like that's totally unnecessary, and it just feels too much and it puts me out of proportion. So yeah, that's why this was not a great purchase. And again, I think there was this delay. I knew that when I tried it on. I thought this makes my shoulders look broad, but I didn't just listen to that. I thought, no, I have to have this top. I didn't think, well, it doesn't suit me, then I'll just take it back. So once again, based on a very similar top that is currently in stock, I'm going to call it total shame score £78. £78 for two wears, and two wears that I did not enjoy or feel confident in, but just wore out of sheer pig-headedness to justify my purchase in retrospect. Okay, so that concludes this installment of videos on the worst purchases I have made and totting up my total shame score. Today we are on £696, call it an even 700 in things that I did not need and now will be selling on various platforms. I will be making more of these because I've made other terrible wasted purchases in my life, which I currently still have in my house. And I hope you enjoyed this, and like and subscribe for more videos. Bye.